Hello, welcome to 10.1 day 2. Today we're going to talk about area of polygons again, but specifically we're focused on how do you find the area of trapezoids and kites. Again, as always, pause, rewind, and press play when you're ready to go. The first thing we're going to talk about is the area of a trapezoid. You have a formula for this. Your formula is going to be A equals base 1 plus base 2 times your height, all divided by 2. Again, the B is referring to base, and H is your height. So base 1 is going to be either the top or the bottom. It doesn't really matter. Base 2 would be the other one. And again, as we saw with our triangles and our parallelograms and our rectangles, the height is going to be a perpendicular line that's in the middle. It could also be outside, but this one's going to be your height. Again, we're going to plug this all into the formula. Kind of like with your triangles, you could write this as 1/2 B1 plus B2 times H. Again, I always do the big fraction thing, but it is totally up to you. Sorry, I'm going to get my screen situated. That'll work. All right, we're going to go ahead and do that example below. So notice that we have the height on the inside, which is 4, so that's going to be my H value. Now, we have these slanty sides. Those ones we don't actually need, so if you want, you can cross those out. We don't need those lengths, but we do need this one. Let's say 8 is base 1, and 6 could be base 2. Now, you can flip-flop this, so I could say 8 is base 2 and 6 is base 1. It really doesn't matter. Again, we're using that formula, area equals base 1 plus base 2 times your height divided by 2. If I plug that in, my base 1 is 8 plus my second base, which is 6. And we're going to multiply it by the height, which we said was 4. So times 4 and then divide by 2. Again, I'm going to simplify as we go. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my screen all set up. So the first thing I'm going to do is 8 plus 6. That would give me 14. So we'd have 1, 4. Sorry, my stylus is not working for whatever reason. Let's try this again. All right, we're going to move you. So we have 14 times 4 and then divided by 2. Again, I'm going to throw 14 times 4 into my calculator. That gives me 56. So my final answer is going to be 56 divided by 2. And if I divide that by 2, I get 28. Again, just like before, our units are going to be squared. This one doesn't have any units, so we're going to do units squared. And that should be your final answer. All right, the next thing we're talking about is the area of a kite. Now, we haven't really talked about these polygons before, but a kite is a shape that has two pairs of congruent sides. Those two, the top two, the green ones, are congruent, and these red ones are congruent. Now, in order to find the area of a kite, we need to use the diagonals of it. So I'm going to draw one in yellow and one in blue. Again, your diagonals are just the lines from one corner to another. The area of your kite is going to be area equals D1, so diagonal 1, times diagonal 2, divided by 2. If I write this using the colors we used over there, so D1 could be my yellow one. D2 would be my blue one. Ooh, I don't know why I did that. And then we'll divide the whole thing by 2. Now, the red doesn't really mean anything right now. I just don't have black as an option. Again, you could flip-flop D1 and D2, so I could do my yellow one as D2 and my blue one as D1. It doesn't matter. But you do need that entire length. So for my problem, we have area equals D1 times D2 divided by 2. My first diagonal is this whole green line. Let's call that D1. And to get D1, we're going to have to do 4 plus 9, which is 13. My second diagonal is this yellow one. We'll call it D2. Again, that one's going to be 3 plus 3, and it gives me 6. So if I plug it all into my formula, we have D1 is 13 times D2, which is 6, and then we'll divide by 2. Again, I'm going to do the top first just because I like to be consistent. So I'm going to do 13 times 6. And when I do that, I get 78. And then we have to divide that by 2. And we get 39. This one does have some units. We have meters, so we're going to have 39 meters squared as our final answer. All right, thanks for watching. As always, go ahead and answer the questions about the video and then start your homework.